Hi everyone, welcome to part 6 of our game of the month. It's the Minotaur Gladiator here with Ultraviolent 4. We're in Elf and we just learned a very painful lesson. What did we learn? We learned that when you worship Gozag, your dancing weapons turn into gold. You don't get to keep them as weapons. Oh man, this one still stings. So if you didn't catch it, we just met a vampiric broadaxe and I got so excited and then it turned into gold. No, why? Anyway, that kind of ruins all my plans of coming into Elf, doing the Hall of Blades, finding a broadaxe. Because it turns out we never can get a dancing weapon. In which case, I think we just go to Vaults, to be honest. Let's see. So, we don't have any RC naturally. Do we not have any at all? Oh yeah, we do. We have to switch to the Morningstar. Alright, so I think that's the best place to find a broadaxe now. And as long as I'm careful of frost giants and the like, I think we should be okay there. But man, what a way to learn that lesson. And I bet some of you knew it too. Alright, so we've heard a distant wind. This is the entrance to, I don't even know what that place is called. The Desolation of Salt. Okay, here's my tip. Don't go in there ever. That place is crazy. The enemies are super ridiculous. Together they are so synergistic. I need to stay away from that Zot trap. Your chances of dying in there are really high. Okay, we have what? 9 scrolls of blinking. I don't know if there's ever a character that could do it. It might be this one. Am I just gonna go do it? I probably could, but I really want to teach you don't go in. Alright, own up. Who died in there? Which ones have you died in there? This is an embroidered hat. It's never going to be better than our Bear Spirit hat, but we should try it on. Items you don't know are more likely to appear if you acquire stuff, so I don't know. We're trying that on. Oh yeah, okay. I saw the Fire Dragon, I got excited because our Trove wants a Fire Dragon scales, but I'm again not learning the lessons of my god. Where am I in this one? Yeah, the Trove's on D12 there, but of course, can't ever get Dragon scales. Any of those guys? No broadaxes. I'm gonna see, alright, I got lucky. I got around the corner here before the Vault Warden locked us in. So, if we had been locked in, it probably would have been fine. I might have buffed up. We've got 7 agility and 9 might. That's a lot. What have you got? The +1 battle axe. Fine. Another enchant weapon scroll. We can carry it with us. I get the feeling we're never going to get a broadaxe. I mean, that's fine. I think you could win the game with a hand axe of Olek. I wouldn't recommend it against things like Orbs of Fire. Probably in our case, if I legitimately wanted to fight an Orb of Fire, I'd use a War Axe, and I'd Might and Haste and Agi. But the good thing about Gozag, so he does all the bad things that we're learning about, but a good thing he does is that he makes your Zot 5 really easy because you can just bribe your way through it. So you usually don't have to fight many, if any, Orbs of Fire. We'll talk about it later if we get there, but one of the features of Bribe Branch is that the higher the hit dice of the monster is, the more likely it is to be bribed. And so Orbs of Fire have extremely high hit dice, so they get bribed. I don't want to say all of them because it's not always the case, but you'll get most of them. That's an unseen horror, it's fine. So we don't need Seen Vis. That's Vaults 1. Did we see any axes? I don't think so. Nope. No broad axes. Oh yeah, and as you perhaps noticed, we skipped the Desolation Assault. Didn't magic map. I don't even know if it was still open when I saw it. I don't think so, but yeah, I never wanted to go in anyway. So it tends to have pretty good loot. It's sort of similar to doing Elf 3, but the danger of it is too high as far as I'm concerned. We've got 28 Ice Blast charges. What are we training in? Remind me. Fighting, which is getting close to being maxed. Armor and shields. I don't know. I think there's a good chance that we might be doing more evocations this game. Look at us go. Just blocking all these shots. It would be nice to find a reflection amulet. Hey, there's our broad axe. Alright, we did it. That Vault Guard is basically what our character has wanted to be for a long time. He actually has even the same tile. So he's got the large shield and the broad axe. Bring it on. Alright. I really want this guy to die before he summons. Okay, he went down. Good. Alright, let's claim that broad axe. Here it is. We can't carry that many items. It's okay. We're going to ditch. What are we going to ditch? I mean, we're going to ditch this hand axe of electrocution almost certainly, but if we meet enemies on the way, I know what we can do. We can drop our enchant weapon scroll that we're carrying. We'll pick up the broad axe. Oh, that's the opposite of what I wanted to do. And then we'll read the scroll off the ground. There we go. So it's a +2 large shield that he had, so he was pretty decked out. This +2 large shield is better because of the extra things on it, but say we find, I don't know, 20 enchant armor scrolls all at once, we'd be able to make that a +8 large shield, whereas our artifact we cannot enchant at all. But not a big issue. You'd rather have AC over shield anyway, so we'd probably do our crystal plate armor. Now what am I looking for? Brand weapon. Yep. All our stuff's over here. It's probably gonna say I don't know how to get there. Nope. Alright, so let's do the brand weapon on our broad axe. Alright, a broad axe of flaming, perfectly serviceable weapon. And now we can pick up all the enchant weapon scrolls. Alright, so we now have a +8 broad axe of flaming, so our power will be increased a lot, which means we want to go back to our axes. We stopped at 16, we want to focus that up to 18. Probably I should just train axes only because it's really important to get your weapon to Mindale, but I don't know. It's a do what I say, not as I do situation. One of my favorite types. And let's go back to vaults. Do we want to wait? Do we want to do elf then? Now that I'm not tilted about getting weapons, yeah, let's just do elf. I mean, we're already there. We may as well stay here and finish it off. Yeah, and our power is going to be significantly increased. Our offense, you would expect. That's a protection from cold ring. That's really nice to find. See, elf always comes through with the things that you need. Will I just wear that at all times? Yeah, I think having RC at all times might be more useful than the Ring of Magical Power. 9 extra HP is nice, but we have a lot anyway. And we get quite a bit of cold damage in elf. These deep elf mages can have bolts of cold, and the deep elf knights can also throw ice shards. Okay, that demonologist didn't make any demons, which is how I wish it always went. That was an alarm trap, which is fine. We've already cleared most of the floor, so I don't really care. Was there not a ghost vault? Weird. That was a... This one looks like a ruined door, but this side doesn't. So that's kind of strange. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Let's continue though, on to Elf 2. Oh! We feel a wave of frost. There you go. I did, it turns out, meme the ice cave into reality. This one we do want to go into. This one we will magic map for. We did it, fam. I'm going to say it's not that one, which is probably a shot. It's going to be the one covered by a big ice entrance. Real amazing powers of deduction there, Ultra. Why, thank you. So we've got our protection from Cold Ring on, and we can always wield the Morning Star to get max RC. Well, it's a weapon shop. No broadaxe in it though. Yeah, fine. So I've had a couple of people bring up ranged options. Let me just go over this real quick. If we go have a look in this shop, so there are a few things here that we could use for range. There's a Vestibulus, there's a hand crossbow. That's probably the one that would jump out at me. What do our aptitudes look like? +1 crossbow and +1 sling, so we'd be pretty good with either. And of course we could do throwing. So I often see, it's not a meme, I often see advice given out, or the belief that on a character like a Minotaur Berserker, or in our case, basically just a melee smashy guy, that you want to have some form of ranged option. I think that's absolutely nonsense. I mean, if you want a ranged option, or you find something that really jumps out at you, like say we found some sort of artifact hand crossbow that had the penetration brand, I'd be all about it. But going into throwing skill just to throw javelins, or just to have, say, a way to kill things from range, it's totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. You can very easily win with just your melee weapon. At any point where you could be shooting stuff with ranged, you can just walk away and just walk around the corner and force the enemy to come to you. That's fine. And if you really can't, you can always do things like read scrolls of fog and the like. There are tricks available. Anyway. I'm not saying don't use the ranged option. The thing I'm trying to get across is that you don't need one. You don't have to have a ranged option if you don't want to. Alright, so this is going to have either a Necromancer or a Fiend in it. I don't know if this one can ever have 2 Fiends in it. So some of these ice caves, well, I don't think it's some. Oh, yeah, maybe it is some. Some of these ice caves, when you find them later on in the game, have higher tier end enemies. So for instance, you find an early one, you might get 1 Ice Fiend. You find a later one, there'll be 2 Ice Fiends, and so on. But I don't think this one ever has 2 Ice Fiends in it. I guess we'll find out. So the end boss, whether it's the Necromancer or Ice Fiend, is going to be in here. I like to clear out the wings first. So we know that we do have RC, but note of warning, those simulacrums that we just fought, all of those simulacrums, if you're ever trying to fight those without any protection from cold, you're crazy. You shouldn't be in here. And sometimes in these rooms, where are they, over here, you can get, say, a gold dragon simulacra, and if you're not paying attention, that does an enormous amount of damage. So it's just 1 Ice Fiend. I don't think you ever get 2. We have 5 throwing nets, so first of all I'll use the door to make it come to us, and then we're just going to net it. We're going to kill it. Here's some sort of artifact battle axe, so if you If you ditched your shield, this might make you excited. We got 12 identify, let's just find out. It's a +1 battle axe of Holy Wrath, not too exciting. And we picked up some glowing boots. If these are boots of running, might be exciting. No. So these are +2 boots of stealth. The stealth we don't care about, but they're +2, whereas our other boots are +1. The thing is that the boots of patterns also give us evasion. So we're trading 1 AC. At the moment we have 14 evasion. With these boots we have 17 evasion. So we're talking about 3 evasion. So I think I'll happily give up 1 AC for 3 evasion. That one's not even hard. Alright, cool. A wand of enslavement. Well, there's another hex wand. So I think I said if I found more paralysis charges, I'd train more evocations. In some ways, enslavement is kind of like paralysis. Sometimes it's even better. Because you can just make that enemy kill the other enemies. How are we going? Certainly not until we get at least our access to Mindale. So we'll hold off on that for the moment. But I think I would like to train more evocations. Good work, tab button. Keeps going for the summons rather than the actual elves. Can't remember if I said this or just thought it, but I would love a reflection amulet. Alright, 6 more enslavement charges. We're definitely going more evocations. Alright, and this is the Hall of Blades. I was excited to do this before, but now that I've learnt that we can't actually get dancing weapons, I don't think there's much point doing it. It's quite a dangerous place. The weapons, depending on which one they are, can be fast, and if you get messed around with by, say, a distortion quick blade or something, you can be in for a rough time. Okay, so I tend to like to magic map my elf 3, but due to our Gozag gold detection, you can probably get a pretty good idea that the end vault's up here. Another thing that we could consider here is bribing this branch, and we can just make all the elves fight each other. How much do I care? Probably not that much, because we have digging charges. We can just kill hole everything. Yeah, I'm not too bothered. Our character's strong. I don't think I'm too afraid of elves. They're pesky, but, well, okay. Let me rephrase that. I want to correct the record here, because elves you should be afraid of. Any of the dangerous ones, if you let multiples of those be on your screen at once, are very dangerous. But if I use my tactics, trademarked, we can make sure that we don't fight too many all at the same time. Yeah, so I'm not saying elves are trivial for this character, just run into the end vault and fight them all at once. That will never go well. Doesn't matter how strong your character is. Unless you have something clowny like, I don't know, you're McLeb and you're a troll using immolation strats or something, don't run in. Oh god, okay. Well, I just wanted to pick up that gold. All of a sudden, 3 sorcerers and an annihilator. Okay, speaking of too many dangerous elves on your screen at one time, that would be right now. Alright, well. Alright, so I could just read a teleportation scroll, of which we have 18, and just skedaddle. I could also put down one of our 8 Wand of Clouds charges, which I think I like, because if I roll well here, we can pretty much clean up all of these at once. And if we don't, then we can teleport anyway. We got poison, so it's probably not a great roll. It's slow, it's damage over time. I think we're okay. It's really, the corrosive bolt is the main one I'm afraid of here from those guys. And they're not going to want to walk in the clouds, so how about I just shoot Ice Blast at them. Okay, here's a master archer. He's gonna very happily sit the other side of the clouds and pepper us with arrows. If I hadn't just seen an elementalist, I'd dig a kill hole here, but there's really no point because he's just gonna explode it. So I'm just gonna step around the corner here. And I'm half tempted to clouds again, but I don't know. We've got a nice little choke point here. So we're forcing these elves to fight us one at a time. Alright, apparently we are stealthy. Okay, so everything I told you about fighting these elves one at a time has been a complete and utter lie. Just forget everything I ever said. Another one of those do as I say, not as I do moments. Alright, well I didn't want to fight like this. But I don't know. I'm still using this choke point here to fight them one at a time, even if there are lots turning up at the one time, rather than just charging into the end room. Let's do around the outside here, before we actually run in. Let's make sure that there's nothing else or any other enemies in these side rooms. Alright, we're good. And I could kill hole. I could use 2 of my digging charges up here, but this doorway has been pretty good, and we've also already fought a bunch of really scary elves, so I don't know. I don't want to say there won't be many more yet, because there probably are still a lot. Why you hit so hard? You just got 2 +4 rapiers. Fair enough. One second. Alright. Didn't realize I had my Gmail open, sorry about that. Because I'm recording off the offline client, not the browser, so a bit thrown off. What have you got? +4 War Axe of Freezing and an Amulet of RLX Regen plus Strength -2 Dex +4. I think we want that. So at the moment, he has a +9 Battle Axe with Anti-Magic and RF++ and R Poison. That's amazing. That's a really, really good Battle Axe. What was it I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I want his amulet. Did I pick it up? Well, let's wait and see what else we find in Elf before we go crazy. He's got a ring. MR plus Dex +3. I think we... Oh no, here we go. We can ditch our regular protection from magic ring. Let's also ditch... I really don't want to ditch the Curare because I don't want to give you Curare Betters the win. Let's ditch Polymorph Wand. Can I not pick up his amulet? Let's drop the plain Amulet of Regen. Where did his one go? What am I trying to pick up here? Auto pickup's trying to get something, but we... Oh, we picked up the Battle Axe. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm really struggling. I swear he had an artifact amulet, right? Am I crazy? Oh no, there he is. We never killed him. Okay, that makes sense. Right. Okay, now I understand. Alright, yep, so we claim his amulet. This has plus regen on it as well as some other things. So what I'm thinking here is that we can wear this and then we can switch from our current armor to our crystal plate and then we'll have RLX at all times still. The -2 strength is not a big deal, especially we've raised strength on every stat level up, so we have plenty of it. 28 at the moment. Yeah, so we'll wear this amulet. At the moment, it's kind of just a regen plus amulet because we already have our elect. But when and if we switch back to our crystal plate armor, we'll lose our Arlec. Oh, I moved one turn too many. Okay, I didn't mean to step again. That was, well, not a miss input, but my brain lagged a bit. This is kind of dangerous. We've got a demonologist quite far away from us. We've seen that there's another sorcerer somewhere in here. And we've got a deep elf death mage over there who can spam Lost Soul and can give all these enemies 2 turns at life. So I think I'm going to preemptively teleport away here. Alright, we have blurry vision. Right, I completely forgot about that. Scrolls take us longer to read. Okay. Oh, we landed right in the end vault where there's another broad axe. Okay, so I would have won either way. Say when I raged, we had stayed here to finish elf, we would have found a broad axe like this as well. This isn't horrible. This situation might look worse than the last one, but it's actually better because we don't have any sorcerers who are the main dangerous ones, and the demonologist is already on top of us, not at range. Even more clouds. We want this lamp of fire. We can't carry this many items. I think our morning star is no longer needed. We've got RC on our ring, so we'll claim this lamp of fire. Do I care about staves? I can't remember if there are any that we still might want. Probably not. At this point, I'm going to turn off unknown magical staves. The main reason we had it on was for resistances, but we've found all the ones that we might want through regular means. We just one-shot that guy. Wow, we two-shot that guy. Just mowing through elves. Okay, he blinked right next to us. That was really helpful. Here's a glowing hand crossbow. It will never be penetration unless it's an artifact. And a glowing blowgun. This might be an upgrade. +5, it is. Alright, we're really ready for the curare shots. We're trying to pick up a +5 ring of evasion. Do I want +3 slay or +5 evasion? Plus slaying is always great, but +5 evasion is a really big step up in terms of survivability. But the thing is, we're so survivable already. Is that true? I mean, we are. We have a lot of HP. We have a lot of magic. I'm still going to say that we should go the evasion one. This might seem a little bit counterintuitive. And I'm sure that even a lot of really experienced players would disagree with my call on this one. But I think we have plenty of offense already. And if we really need more, we've got 9 potions of might. And even on top of that, we have a lot of gold with which we can potion petition for mites. So our offense doesn't really matter too much. This is something that why am I trying to pick up? That morning star, isn't that the one that we dropped? No, it's one that's very similar to it. Okay. Right, yeah, I tend to err on the side of being safe and staying alive. Because Crawl is a game of not dying. I mean, killing things fast is nice, but if you don't die, you win. Do we really need more MR? I don't know that we'll ever need more MR. How about we can ditch Wands of Flame at this point? I don't know, we're going to carry around this 1 charge Wand of Paralysis until the end of time. Let's turn off Flame Wands. Polymorph. That's probably it. The others are all still useful. Yeah, so I'm going for the evasion ring over the little bit more extra damage. Alright, just as we ditch the Wand of Flame, we find an eel. It's okay, we had Aralek already. Okay, so that's it for Elf now. So we didn't find any other crazy armor. And there's been a real dearth of enchant armor scrolls this whole game. I feel like there have only been one or two maybe. Not a lot in any case. But still, at this point, now that we've got a lot more armor skill, well, I don't know about a lot more, but we've got more armor skill than when I last switched to this plate armor. And we've just found another source of Aralek, so I think crystal plate might be the way to go. Alright, so at the moment we have 35 AC, 23 evasion, that's 58 in total defenses. This one is 39 and 19, which is also 58, but it's higher AC, which tends to be more valuable. So I think we're going to make the switch. And this is only going to go up, both as we train more armor skill, and then when and if we ever find more enchant armor scrolls, so we can put them on our crystal plate, which is probably what I'd start doing now if we found some. We've got our resistances covered, a cloak of fire resistance, and a ring of protection from cold. So I think I'd feel happy committing to the crystal plate armor. We don't have our poison at all times, but that's not a big deal. Let's go back to vaults. Is there... Oh, you know what we should do? We should get rid of this bad mutation that scrolls take us longer to read, which means if we're going to start quaffing our mute pots, we may as well go do the ghost vault that has an Echosex in it, because we're going to get mutated anyway, and maybe this artifact ring here is amazing. Yep, so we immediately feel weaker. Alright, so we didn't get mutated too badly. Oh wait, no, we already knew that ring was garbage. I remember now, it was already identified. It's an int -3 ring, fantastic. So let's try to get rid of scrolls taking us longer to read. It's a sort of surprisingly scary one. Alright, the two good mutations we got were nice, but I think having int -2 when we only have 5 total int as a dumb Minotaur is really dangerous. We'd be threatened by brainlessness. We fight Nova Fire, he gives us two more int mutations. Can he do that? Can you get int -6? Int -4 might be the best that you can get. So I wonder if we should get rid of this. Maybe. I like being less encumbered by my armor. That pumped us up to 20 evasion. Because we have so much dexterity with our boots in particular, 26 dex. So that little bit of being less encumbered just made our evasion shoot up. We've only got 4 more. That's not how you spell potion. That's still not how you spell potion. Potion. There's one more we can buy. So we could have 5 more. I really don't want to die going brainless. Yes. I'm trying really hard to quaff it. I am doing uppercase. Unless I accidentally hit caps lock. Yeah, I did. Okay. My bad. And we lost our encumbrance, and scrolls take us longer to read again. Alright, well let's try to get rid of that, which was our initial aim. Alright, our muscles are strong and our wands are stronger. Okay, this isn't too bad. We had to use 3 potions of mutation to get rid of that one bad scrolls longer to read one. Which, I don't know. I don't think the mutation system is currently in a very good place. One of my favorite things in the game used to be doing mutation roulette, but that's really not possible now. They're so rare, and it's so hard to get rid of particular bad ones that if you're unlucky, like we were there, we could have been way more unlucky than that. I've seen it take, 4, 5, 6 attempts to get rid of one thing like teleportitis, because you just keep not getting that one and then you get worse ones, etc. So you're really foolish if you don't just save them for times that you get those game ruining ones. Anyway, mutation rant over. Let's go back to vaults. Now if need be, we can read a scroll of blinking in an emergency and not take longer. And is our axe to min delay? Not quite. 17.6. Without our wands being stronger, by the way. Oh, I've left the file of floods. You know what? I couldn't be bothered. I should have taken the file of floods in Orc. To be fair, I'd never remembered to use it anyway, but with evocations training, that's a really, really powerful evocable. Oh, he's already summoning. Whoops. I backed around the corner, but he immediately summoned, so that was not the play. I would have been better off trying to kill him from range, or say trying to paralyze him or something to stop him from summoning. Okay, gotta be careful here. Now that alarm traps hit you when any enemy steps on them, you are foolish to be fighting with alarm traps on your screen. Here's a scroll of enchant armor. Let's put that on the crystal plate armor. I'm gonna say that we're gonna wear this. Oh yeah, we definitely are. I keep forgetting this. Gold dragon scales are really hard to come by when you're Gozag. You know what? Oh, there's our access to Middelay. I wonder if we should try to call some merchants, try to get an armor shop and see if we can buy fire dragon scales to get into our treasure trove. Oh, there's no point because we're never going to have 4 enchant armor scrolls to make it +4 anyway. Okay, never mind. Are these boggets? Why can't I see invis? Because they just haven't gone invisible. You need to kill those very quickly. They're very dangerous, deceptively so. Our Broadaxe goes to +9. Maximally enchanted. Feels good, man. We've come a long way from our +1 plain war axe days. I don't care about the translucent dagger. We are confused. The odds of that must have been extremely low. 3% chance. Alright, I saw the frost giant. My brain screamed out at me, but we have protection from cold now. Oh yeah, right, we got axe to Mindalay. Should we turn evocations on? I want to say yes. Having strengthened wands gives us even more value out of having evocations. Yeah, we'll just leave it on. Yeah, I'm not going to set a skill target. We'll just train evocations. We can just enslave everything and go crazy. How many enslavement do we have? 12. It can be like a poor man's bribe branch. We can bribe branch and enslave at the same time. It'll be crazy. Alright, this is a lot of friends coming in. This might be a good time to enslave some things and we can get some help. It doesn't work. This Vault Guard has a Vamp War Axe. He's probably a good one to enslave. 41% chance. Failed. And again. Failed. And again. Failed. And again. Failed. Okay. Who said... Tell me. Here's a bit of trivia. Who said that training evocations is really helpful, especially when you can expend magical power to strengthen your wands? Was it me? Alright. Well, I just sort of started rage tabbing. But I think in that situation, it would have been a good case for at least quaffing an agi or something to get a little bit buffed up, because that was a lot of enemies. And there were convokers there too, who would have been calling in even more enemies. But yeah, I kind of just got angry due to the enslavement one not working. Oh, he's summoning again. Oh, it's too late. A lich. Chance to paralyze us, 3%. Unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. But I guess that enslavement situation there is part of the argument for why we should train more evocation skill, because we can lower our odds of that happening again in the future. Wow, we've gone down to 7 enslavement charges. I remember not too long ago I felt like we had 1 million. Now we only have 7. Okay, I stepped on that alarm trap to get the teleport, I didn't care. Glowing scarf, well, we can try it out. Okay, I was about to say, it could be resistance. Alright, if this is resistance, oh, okay, it is resistance. But the thinking goes that we could put this on, this would give us our RF and our RC, and in exchange for some AC, we could then get our ring slots back. So for instance, we could ditch the ring of protection from cold, and we could use Slay +3 again. So the question here would be, it's kind of similar. Let's make some space. Hang on. Yeah, let's just ditch the poison needles. I already proved the poison needle haters wrong. It's only Curare that I need to remember. Okay, so when we put this Scarf of Resistance on, we're going to lose a bunch of AC. And it's not only 3. So there's the 1 base from our cloak, and then the 2 for the enchantment. But that 1 base armor gets filtered through our armor skill, of which we have 18.7. So in practice, this is going to be more than 3 AC. It's 4. And it might even go up. So the question here is, would we trade 4 AC for extra slaying? What else is on that ring? For 3 slay, the others are irrelevant. Would you trade 4 AC for 3 slay? On a character that has good defenses like this, 36 AC, 20 evasion, 27 shield, I want to say yes. I'm going to say yes. This sort of flies against everything that I said before, where I said I'd give up 5 evasion for 3 slay, and now I'm giving up 4 AC for 3 slay. Okay, I'll tell you the difference. One was 4 and one was 5. No, but in seriousness, okay, that makes a small difference. But I think the main difference here is that when you have high defense in one of your categories, additional of that category is less valuable than it is at the start. So our AC is much higher than our evasion. So evasion is more valuable to us than AC is. So while I was not willing to forgo 5 evasion, I'm willing to forgo 4 AC when we've already got this much. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of flip-flopping all over the place today. Let's go get that slay ring. So what are the rules here? I gave you the general rule that you'd rather stay alive, because Crawl is a game about not dying. So why am I flying against that by picking up this ring of flying and slaying? I don't know. Well, I gave you a bit of it, that's the evasion's more valuable than AC is. But another part of it is that I'm just going off feel, really. So if you're looking for the definitive rule, I don't have one, sorry. It's just, I feel like I'm willing to give up 4 AC but not 5 evasion. And is that grounded in some Excel spreadsheeting or some detailed simulations I've run? No, it's not. It's just my gut feel. Vaults floor. Alright, this is our final vaults floor before we head into depths. More sacks of spiders are nice. They're going to get stronger with more evocations training as well. Okay. Sort of trying to draw those enemies to me. Didn't work so well. Okay. Whenever you see one of these Tengu Reavers, let's get more strength. You should think that Sajobo might be around, who's very scary. Oh, we just got marked. Alright, let's start immediately running back to the stairs, because we could have enemies running in from all directions. I don't know if you know this, but see how this is a crystal walled floor? Crystal walls are really special because all bolts can bounce off them. So you know how it's really bad to get double zapped by lightning bolts off walls? Yeah, well if you are in crystal walls, you can get double zapped by fire and cold. So you need to watch out for that. Yeah, I didn't know that for a very long time, but I know it now, and hopefully so do you now. In particular, there's a depths floor that is crystal walled, and you get a bunch of giants and other things, and deep elf annihilators and the like, who can double zap you if you're not careful. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad now about my slang switch. I don't know. Can you believe anything I say? I think the answer is basically just no. I play the game. I just say things that kind of sound authoritative, but really I'm just talking out of my rear end. I don't know. Basically, if you play the game as much as I have, that's a vulnerability scroll. That's useful with the hex ones we have. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you play the game as much as I have, you get a feel for it, and you get enough authority to be able to say something that sounds like it could be correct. And then people will just believe you, no matter what you say. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you join me in the next one, we'll be heading into depths. See you all then.